Today's guest is from Rochester, New York, and went to the University of Buffalo, then to the Erie explosion and the Chicago slaughter of the ultimate indoor football league before heading north to the BC Lions, Ottawa Redblacks, and the Montreal Alouettes. He's a CFL All-Star and a Grey Cup champion. Welcome to the show, Ernest Jackson. What up, EJ?
What's up, man? What's up?
Man, I'm smooth, and how you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm good, man. You down in Texas? How hot is it right now?
Uh, right now it's real humid, so it's about, I think, like 92 still.
92. All
Yeah.
humidity.
Yes.
I do
no
not miss.
sense.
I do not miss that Texas heat. How's it in
Feel
San
good, though.
Antonio? How's it in San Antonio right now? Is it anything open or with the COVID and everything?
It's like a couple of places over there, like food. You get some food. I think the mall open, but it's like you have a mask on. You could go. It's certain things on, but it's still shut down for the most part. Like things close early and everything. And
Yeah.
limited stuff on food at the grocery store still. But everything else is pretty much the same.
You staying low key or you've been out? Like when they open things back up in Texas, did you go to a bar? You go to restaurants with fam or?
No. I stay home.
So you're not gonna get me with the okie doke.
Listen, I'll wait till that first wave go through, and then let me see how they looking in there.
Is there a lot of people out in
Oh.
San Antonio? Like, do you hear about anybody going out, your friends or anything?
I feel like it'd be a lot of people out. Like when you go out, like trying to go get food or something, there's like a lot of cars out and riding around, and people in and out of restaurants. So I feel like people are still going out for the most part.
That's crazy. In
It is
Texas,
crazy.
Texas hitting highs. Texas is about to catch New York.
That's why people still out and about.
How did you feel about New York, man? Because I know you still got family back in New York and everything. And when everything hit, is the family good?
Oh yeah, the family good. No one in my family tested positive for coronavirus or anything like that. So everyone's good. They healthy and good to go. They, just some people had to get shit off work, got sent home, but they're getting that unemployment. So I'm pretty sure they ain't complaining.
Yeah, that's good. You
Yeah.
getting any? What you been up to? What have you been doing?
Man, I've been home with the family, being the daddy, been enjoying it, soaking it all in during this quarantine. So I can't complain. It's beautiful.
Yeah, daddy daycare.
Yes, all day. Come on with it.
How old is little man now? He 3?
He's two. He
Two?
Yep.
Mm.
Monster. Just running everything. Hey, that little man has no fear. When I tell you no fear, he gonna be a little beast when he get older.
So what's your plans now going forward? Since your career, you have any plans to play anymore, or you said you're done? Or
I never said I was done, but with everything popping up, I wasn't sure how things were gonna go. So I just kind of like stopped talking to teams and things like that. So as of now, I probably because we converted our garage into a gym.
okay,
So I was gonna do personal training while I was here once things open up again and people are out and about. So I was gonna have that as my little thing going in. I was thinking about going into coaching as well. So I've been talking to Coach Walker. He does some seminars online, so I'm gonna see how things go in that direction as well.
yeah, that'd be awesome, man. I love coaching. I love coaching kids, though. I think I had such a fun time in Montreal, BC last year, coaching Rutt and John White and those guys. They're just so talented, right? Whenever you can you really don't really coach that much. All you do is just make sure they know the playbook and just try to give them tips and keys to be the best they can be. But, I really enjoy coaching like younger kids that's starting their journey because you can kind of mold it. Like, what age are you trying to coach? You want to coach pros or you want to go towards high school or?
I think I want to go more like college, high school age to start off, get that mold. And like you were saying, is to see the opportunity to watch them change and develop. I like seeing that progress as well.
Yeah.
So I think I want to start around that age.
San Antonio football, man, it used to be on top. Now it's kind of down a little bit. You help bring that back.
Yeah, I can definitely do that for sure.
Because I remember, was it MacArthur down there? I think it was, or Eisenhower, or something like that. They were always in the state championship game, and now it's been a lot of Dallas and Houston teams every year.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little school. Judson that be doing pretty well around
Yeah,
here.
Converse Judson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, you got the resume, man, with the background. You go in there, get in there, teach them receivers how to do work.
Listen, had the boys doing some nasty footwork on them.
But don't teach them how to catch the ball the way you try to catch the ball.
Hey, listen. My technique's a little different.
I'd never seen anybody catch the ball like you catch the ball. And I was like, this is amazing that you can go out there and catch the ball at all the way you catch it. We're going to talk about that. But you also in the art and drawing.
Yeah.
Is that always been a passion of yours, or how did that come about?
Well, I've always been drawing like since I was a little boy, and I was always into art and did different things that evolved around art. I almost started to go to college for architecture, but it was just from talking to counselors and all that. They're saying it's gonna be too much with Division I football. You know, you gotta put a lot of time into that. So, but since the quarantine started, you know, I developed it again, started bringing it back up, and people are asking me to draw pictures up for them. So I've been doing a project right now, actually for Logan.
Steph on everything. He want everything.
Yeah, listen, he do.
You better get your money up front.
Hey, man, you ain't getting it till I see the money.
That's it. You know, I'd hit you up about some stuff, too, about a logo. Because I've seen some of the pictures you posted in the group about with your drawings, man. It's super cool. I can't even draw a stick figure. So you know how it's always cool, like people that can sing and do all this other stuff, and people that can draw, and then to see you be able to do all that stuff, man, that's super talented.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
What's the biggest thing you've worked on?
As in like a drawing wise?
Yeah, like a drawing. What was it? And can you kind of describe it for us?
I don't know. I was always in drawing like collages. So I did this huge poster board of different Looney Tunes characters.
Okay.
It was probably, 5 by 5, and it was pretty huge. And it hit up, and it was in a school hanging up for years. I don't know if it's still up there, but it was one of my pictures I did. That's probably one of my biggest projects. But other than that, I just do little doodles here and there.
Okay, I just got something in my mind. Okay, you did Looney Tunes, so you must like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I like drawing little characters from back in the day, growing up watching Tom and Jerry and stuff.
Okay, our group, our WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
You got to put one person to a Looney Tune character, right? So we'll start with, I'll say the name, and then you say which Looney Tune character they are. All right, you ready?
Man.
We'll start with Old Man John Bowman.
John Bowman. Oh, man. Oh, man. Who he be? Let me think. He might be a Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck.
He be talking some stuff that you don't know what he's talking about sometimes. He's slick with his mouth. You don't know him.
Yeah, I was thinking Foghorn Leghorn. BJ Cunningham.
Roadrunner.
Steph Logan.
I switched that up. I'm going to call Steph Logan Roadrunner. That's little legs. He keep it moving. That man.
He could be speedy.
Yeah, he could be speedy to a mighty might. Hey, he look like he might be mighty might.
Tyrell Sutton.
Oh. He low-key Tasmanian devil.
Low-key Tasmanian. RP.
Oh, we got to think of a character that's just a jerk. What's Looney Tunes character? He's just a jerk. I don't know. We got to put him in that category.
Wally Coyote. Brandon Rutley.
Oh, right. You know, he's smooth cat daddy. You know, he gonna dress up, you know, have a smooth fit, you know. So I'm gonna go with Bugs Bunny, little smooth cat. You gotta watch him. I gotta go with Bugs.
Where you put me at?
But you, Nick. Who would I put you at? I'm trying to think of all the characters. I'm gonna go back. Because you gonna spit some knowledge on somebody real quick. He gonna come out the blue with some knowledge. Like, what you talking about? What you talking about, Nick? What? Boy, what my mind go blank right now.
Well, I'm gonna call you.
We'll come back to
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, you're gonna be Marvin the Martian. That's
hey,
cool.
I'm definitely dark enough too.
Maybe you can do that picture. You can do like a side by side, each of us with our character, our Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah,
character.
that'd be dope.
That'd be super dope. I'd put it up in the house. As long as you don't sell it to me.
Hey, you gotta get the hustle on, man.
Got to. Do you do anything else down there in San Antonio? Because I know it's hot out there in Texas, and everybody's been cooped up for 4 months. Have you been able to travel around to you get back to New York, or you've been able to do anything?
We actually, I can't travel to New York. Like they said, there's a few states that can't travel to New York, and Texas is one of them.
Really?
Yeah. So I gotta wait till that ban down. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it's still up, if that's still something that's going on, but yeah.
That's super crazy.
We're at high risk.
Texas high risk, New York high risk.
Texas.
Man, New York went through it early. And then it's almost like it's almost like Texas, Arizona, and California or Florida. They're just like, you know what? It almost like it didn't happen.
Right. My dad in New York and my mom in Arizona. And I'm in Texas, all three of them. We all locked down.
All locked down. What do you think about this whole situation?
I don't know, honestly. Like, there's articles coming out now saying they contaminated some of the tests. Doctors are saying all this other stuff. So I don't know if this some government thing going on. They trying to control something. I have no idea now. Like, they talking about the numbers not adding up. So at first it sounded like something very serious, and then now I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I know at first it was like, I know a baby died, and the mother had COVID, but the baby was born at 21 weeks. And it's like, well, I don't think too many 21-week-old babies actually make it. So they can't consider that a COVID death. Right? If somebody drowned and they had COVID, it was a COVID death. So I know the numbers are kind of skewed to that degree. Man, I know some people that got really sick off of it. But my sister has it in Texas. Mm-hmm. I know that she has no symptoms. And she's been tested twice and tested positive twice. No, absolutely no symptoms. And, the rest of my family got tested over there, and they were negative. So it's just crazy. I don't, like you said, nobody knows. But I'm not going to come out and disrespect it because, one, there's too many people dying legitimately from COVID. And I know people that have been in ICU from COVID. Right. Yes. So, I mean, I won't come out and disrespect it, but it is a little fishy.
A little fishy. At the same time, there's the flu that's just killing more people than COVID right now. So it's like, what's really going on? I don't know.
Yeah. It's such a crazy world that we live in, to think that we, at this point in time in our lives, that I sit back and I was thinking about the other day, 1917, You know, you think about pandemics and you think about these, like think about being in a pandemic in 1917. There's no TVs. Probably, I'm pretty sure there's probably radio at that time. Not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But like, how do you even know people are dying, or how do you even know it's a pandemic?
Yeah, that is true.
Right? People might just be dropping dead, and you was like, so
Oh,
and so dropping dead over there. Like,
something ain't right. Hold up.
but like, how do you even know then? And you know, you think about the newspaper and the Post, like to get the news out, it can't be a statewide. I mean, it can't be like really statewide or national papers that can get out like that fast back then. So to see the difference between 100 years ago to today, how much news you get, and it's hard for me to be on like Facebook because everybody's got an opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you go on social media at all much anymore? Or?
I don't go on Facebook much, but I use Instagram. I scroll on Instagram, check things out, and read stuff here and there, see people's opinions, read some comments, see what they're talking about. You get all kinds of things. Come upon all kinds of stuff.
Did you see the woman that was talking about demon sperm and alien DNA?
So, wait a minute. Say that again.
So she was one of the women. She's a black woman from Nigeria, and she's a doctor, I guess. And she was one of the women that spoke, I guess, 48 hours ago, 2 days ago, or something like that. I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago. And a bunch of doctors were up there speaking, and she spoke about hydrochloroquine being.
That
video.
Yeah. I believe I didn't see the whole thing, but I seen partially.
Yeah, so apparently she has spoke before in the past that women can get pregnant and stuff by having dreams about sleeping with demons and things like that. So it's crazy. And she says that, you know, it's all about they're using alien DNA and stuff like that in people. Like, can you really support somebody saying hydrochloroquine is good for you, but then you look at all these other videos and she's talking about people getting pregnant?
Hey,
demon sperm.
You never know. She might know something we don't. She been through some things.
Demon sperm. She say the woman was sitting there and her stomach started growing and she had a baby because she had a dream about a demon and had sex with a demon in her dream.
Wait a minute.
And they put this woman on TV. Like, and Trump retweeted it.
he like what you're saying.
That's the funny thing about Trump, though, to me, is like Trump does no research on anyone. If I was to come out, if I wanted to get paid, I could just come out and say some great things about Trump, and he's going to retweet it. He's going to come out. He's going to say some good things. He's like, you know what? This is a fine dude. It's a great dude. If Trump just don't care.
He going to support it, huh?
He's going to support it. And just like he's retweeted the guy that said white power. He's like, I didn't know he said white power in the video. Right. So Trump, I don't even know. He just sees the headlines that says something positive about Trump or what he supports. And I think he actually just retweets it.
This is good. Like, oh, my name on it must be good.
You down in Trump country, man, down in Texas. You know, a lot of my friends support Trump or support Republicans and Trump. You have a lot of friends down there that support Trump, or?
I really don't have too many friends down here. Because, I'm originally from New York, because most of my friends are upstate.
You
So,
don't go out and meet no Texans?
no, not really. I chill at home in my own paradise.
You've always been a homebody. I remember I started to get you going to Montreal. You was like, man, I'm chilling.
Hey, I was a walk away. All I had to do was walk home.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about New York. Growing up in New York, how was that?
It was cool. I can't complain. It was good. We get all 4 seasons. So growing up as a kid in New York was fun. I can't complain at all.
Yeah.
I had a lot of friends. So, school was cool. I started playing football around 9, I want to say.
Oh, you could play football in New York around 9?
Yeah.
I thought the only thing you do in basketball in New York.
That's what most people say. Ain't no football players from New York.
Did you play basketball growing up?
I did play basketball growing up, but I didn't play. I played all the way up to about, I want to say, my junior year of high school, and then I quit the team and ended up doing indoor track.
Okay.
But they had me. I was playing like power forward and center. I'm like, hey man, this ain't really too
I'm 6'2". I'm not gonna be no center in the NBA.
Yes, I'm about to go do something that's more benefits to get my speed up. So I'm gonna run some track.
Yeah. So you started playing football in the 9th grade. Was it tackle football or was it just flag?
Tackle football.
What position you play?
I played running back.
Were you good? Like,
Yeah,
the first time you touched
good.
the field, were you like one of the best ones out there?
Oh yeah, I was definitely pretty good because even before playing football, I always grew up playing football. My cousin backyard football, and they was always older than me.
Okay.
So I always had that little tough mentality. I was playing with like older cousins that was bigger than me, and then once I got the pad football, it was on.
Yeah, and then you just stuck with it. Did you like football from the first time you played it, or?
Oh yeah, I fell in love with it for the first time I played it. Like it was like a getaway from anything. Like when you playing football, you ain't really thinking about much. Your mind is gone, and that was like my little getaway. So I loved it.
Yeah. I was never – no, you know what? When I first started playing, I loved football. I loved the compete aspect of it, but then it just got too hot in Texas. In like August, man, 2 days in August. Like it was –
I don't know how you did it.
Yeah, we'd practice at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 to like 9:30 or 7 to 10. And then we'd have a practice like 4 to like 7. So you're trying to skip the heat of the day. But it's hard to like go practice in the morning and then have like from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock off and then come back at 4 and have another 3-hour practice.
Oh, bet. That's ridiculous.
How was it for you in New York? Did y'all have 2-a-days and things like that? Was it a grind or?
Yeah, it was a little grind. We had 2 days in high school. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. Like they wouldn't murder us. They understood like they gotta take care of our bodies, and we was just some high school students as well. So it wasn't like no doubt.
What size high school did you go to?
It was a decent size. I'm trying to think how many kids graduated. It felt like it's so long ago. Golly.
Come on, E, man. I graduated. This is my 20-year reunion. 20 years.
I can't honestly remember how many kids in that school, but it was a decent size.
And
I want to say mid-sized high school. I don't know what mid-sized high school might be to you or someone else, but I'm going to call it mid-sized high school, right?
Well, Texas got some schools that, Allen got 7,000 students. I'm pretty sure Converse Judson's got 6,000.
I got some community colleges down here. Hey, I'll be driving around like, I know that ain't the stadium, man. That's the stadium. Listen, it looks crazy.
So what kind of stadiums did y'all play in New York?
Some bleachers. We ain't had no stadiums. We ain't gonna see no bleachers over there. Listen. Hey, I get the bleachers and there ain't no bleachers. I just walk around the gate. All right, listen. I don't know about no stadium. Listen.
He said some bleachers. All you played was bleachers.
Yeah, that's it.
Bleachers with some grass and some chalk on the field.
That boy go to work.
How many fans y'all get to come out? Was it just families, or did people actually come out from the school and everything?
Yeah, people usually actually came out, and other schools would come out like he's about to play the next week, and they had a bye week or something like that. So it was a pretty sold out games for our games and all that. I want to say probably we had at least who knows? It wasn't that many people, but for our school, I want to say at least 500 maybe. I don't know.
Like, can you explain kind of New York for me? Because I know it's like the boroughs in New York. Where's Rochester at? And like, can you explain kind of the community?
Oh, so Rochester is up north from New York. So we 5 hours actually from New York City.
5 hours from New York City.
Yeah, driving wise, yeah.
So you're up by, is that by Buffalo?
Yep, an hour away from Buffalo.
Okay. So
right there.
So yeah, you're all the way up north. So how far were you from Canada growing up?
Well, you could get to the border in about an hour and 20 minutes.
Did you ever go?
Yeah. We used to go to Niagara Falls all the time when I was younger with family. And we went to, I believe they got an African lion safari up there. So we've been there as a child a few times going camping and stuff.
Yeah.
So we've been across the border before, they had everything going on with the passports. We just go with your license and cross right over.
Yeah. So you knew about the CFL before?
Yeah, I knew about CFL before. I wasn't very, very familiar with it, but I knew about it. Like, I didn't know a lot of players growing up as a youngin', but more towards college, I knew more of the players and knew about it because I already heard about the CFL.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. When you were going through high school, like, how did the recruiting process go? Did y'all have a lot of recruits up there, or was it just kind of like locally, or how was that process for you?
For me, it was more of my high school coach. He kind of helped me out gave me a boost, and we was more like made highlight tapes and pushed it out to different schools. And once they seen the highlight tape, that's when like different schools came out and take me out and talk to me or send me letters. So that's how it was more of me and my coach. He made a nice little highlight tape and pushed it out to different colleges.
Mm. So your high school coach helped you out with a lot of recruiting. When you were in high school, did you play receiver, or were you still playing running back? Or
I was still playing running back.
You still play running back. So you were recruited as a running back.
Yeah, I was recruited as a running back for the most part. And then what kind of happened was my junior year, I was on varsity, and there was a running back. He was a starting running back. And the coach he wanted me to be on the field as well. He was like, I'm going to put you a receiver, and I want you to play running back and receiver. So I used to flop back and forth. So that year, my junior year, it looked like I was more of a receiver. But when I became my senior year, I was the main starting running back. So my whole highlight tape senior year was a running back tape. But my junior year tape looked more like I was a receiver. So when most of my tapes went out, they thought I was a receiver. Then they found out, he's mostly a running back. My senior year, when they pushed more tapes out to different schools.
Yeah. Were you 6'2" then?
Oh yeah, I'm about 6'2" then.
How much you weighed when you were probably your senior year?
I was only $180.
$180, 6'2", about 180.
Yeah.
That's a good size running back, man.
Yeah.
Out there making it work
everywhere.
So how did you end up in Buffalo? At University of Buffalo, were you just like, you want to stay close to home? Were you getting recruited? And
so what happened was I was getting recruited at a bunch of different schools, and like they was kind of confused, like if they're taking me in as a running back or receiver. So I was initially heading to Syracuse as a running back. But that year the coach got fired and the whole staff, so everything got cleared out. I don't know what happened that year. One of the head coach was fired, and all the coaches and all that recruiting class was done with. So then Buffalo came into the picture, and they recruited me because they seen some of my junior year tape for that part, and they liked me they kind of offered me as either playing free safety or receiver. So they was like asking me if I wanted to play safety or receiver. And I realized that Buffalo didn't really have nobody in that program was turning around. And I thought it'd be a great opportunity to come in and help the school turn around and have a great opportunity to be a starter. So I ended up choosing Buffalo as a receiver.
Who's the head coach there then?
When I first went in, oh my God, what's his name? Turner Gill was my coach for the most part, but
Yeah, Turner Gill. Was Danny Barrett there too?
Yep, Danny Barrett was there.
You know, Danny Barrett, when I first got in the league, he was the head coach for Saskatchewan.
Mm-hmm.
And he had been a quarterback and stuff. Can you talk about Danny and just Turner and just them as coaches and, you know, just I thought Danny did a great job.
Yeah, Danny definitely did a great job with the offense. He stayed on top of us, made sure we was always on top of our game. He definitely stayed on top of me, that's for sure. Coach Turner, he was more of a laid-back coach, you know, stay back, watch the scene. He's not going to say too much. He's just going to put a word in here and there. But Danny's more the guy. He's going to be on top of you, make sure you on your marks, you know, make sure you hit everything you need to, watching the coverages. So he was more that coach that's going to be on top of you, make sure you was on a straight line.
Did he ever talk to you guys about the CFL?
Sometimes he'll talk about it, but not too much. He wouldn't bring it up. He kept it more about our offense and how we was going to produce for the next week.
Yeah. How was it when you first went in? Did you play your freshman year? Did you redshirt?
I was trying to redshirt my first year. And it was weird. Like, so I was redshirting my first year, but they would usually take me on the games with them. I would travel.
Yeah.
Just to get used to the games, see the games. Like, they wanted me to be there and you know, have the experience. And then one game, like 4 receivers went down, and they were like, "We're gonna have to pull you, man. We got to get in." I was like, "Oh,
that's crazy."
So I kind of got my red shirt burnt like halfway through a season.
There was nobody else they could do it, or everybody was down that game, so you had to play that game.
Yeah, it was like everyone was down. They was getting smacked.
So you had a couple other CFLers with you at Buffalo. When did Drew, Willy, and Naaman Roosevelt get there?
Drew got there the same time I did. So me and Drew played against each other in the Governor's Bowl, actually, in the All-Star High School Governor's Bowl.
Okay.
And, you know, was it New York versus New Jersey?
Okay. Drew's from New Jersey?
Yeah, Drew's from New Jersey.
I didn't know that.
So we came in the same time. And then Naaman came in, I want to say that following year after. He's a year below me, yeah.
Okay. So y'all got a lot of playing time together.
Oh, yeah.
When did Drew Willy become the starter in Buffalo?
I want to say his, like, halfway through the year, that first year, I believe. No, was it that first year or the second year? I'm trying to forget because we had stamps on there. I can't remember if he got hurt and then Drew came in. I feel like Drew came in, but I'm not 100%. I can't really remember.
Yeah. How was it playing with those guys in college? Like, y'all all young on campus?
Oh, it was actually great. And then, like, eventually when, you know, that first year was all in the dorms, and then afterwards, when everyone got apartments, it was like a bunch of us that lived on one whole street. I want to say probably like 4 or 5 houses on the street, and we all lived in like different houses, and we was in walking distance from the stadium. So it was always great.
Yeah. I've never been to Buffalo. But
it's cold if you go in the winter.
That's what I heard.
Right now, listen.
I heard it's cold and there's not a lot to do.
It ain't too much to do. You got your downtown area. Back then when they had Chippewa and they had Main Street, I don't know what it looked like now, but other than that, you know, it wasn't too much. Buffalo could be rough in some areas.
Did you go across the border when you were in college?
Yeah, I would go across the border here and there. We used to go across the border when we was back when we was younger, because the drinking age was
Yeah. Was it 19,
so
18, 19?
yeah. So we used to go across and have fun over there all the time.
I bet that was a little bit better to go across and have
What?
fun, stay in that. Y'all go to just Niagara, or did you go into Toronto?
Nah, we just go to Niagara. We go to Toronto like here and there, but since Niagara was a quick drive, we always go to Niagara for the most part.
How was it? Like, I just think like being so close to the border. Right, I was close to the Mexico border, as far as a couple hour flight from Cancun. And the first time I went to Cancun was at 17. So I could imagine like going to Canada. I could imagine going to Canada, 18, 19 years old, and knowing what I know about Canada now. Like, that had to be like a great perk for Buffalo.
Oh yeah, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like many people didn't go across the border.
Really?
Like I didn't hear much about people going across as much around me. Like, oh, let's go across the border. Maybe because people didn't know when I was in Buffalo wise. So I don't know.
Would you go back and tell people to cross the border on a weekly basis now, after being in Canada for 8 years, 7 years?
Oh yeah, for sure. How about you need to go there and visit?
Just such a fun place. Such a fun place. I like Niagara. I've actually been to Niagara a couple times. We went down there. We were in Calgary, played Hamilton, Toronto, I think 5 or 6 days apart. We just stayed. Mm-hmm. We stayed in Hamilton, and we ended up driving. They rented 2 buses, took everybody to Niagara. You been to that haunted house there?
Oh, yeah. It's a nice little one up there. You
Yeah.
been over the walls, kind of fold up on you. You
yeah. Yeah, and over 1 million people have said the key word to get out. Yeah.
People get nervous in there.
Yeah, it's dark. You got to follow that little red dot.
It's pitch black in there. I don't know where you going.
Yeah, me, Cope, Rambo, and Joffrey went through there one time, and we came out pretty quick. Cause at the end, it got them 18-wheeler headlights. Oh
yeah.
You see everybody running about that thing. Well, you playing at Buffalo, man. You're having some great success. When did you start thinking you could play pro football? Like, what part of the journey was it like, you know what, maybe I could play pro football?
I'd probably say my junior year.
And what happened to start thinking that way?
It was just more like me and my mindset and my physique, and I felt like I had the ability to do it. And then watching other guys and what they were doing, I was seeing I was capable of doing the same thing. So I was like, I could definitely make it myself. Why not me?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Do you have any other players going to the NFL or CFL from Buffalo around that time that you were seeing go pro?
Yeah. We had Ramon. He played it with Montreal. We had a couple of lineman guys that went off. We had a DB that went to the Colts at that time. So it was some older guys going off to different teams.
Yeah, and that helps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you see them grind. You see them grind every day. Were you a hard worker?
I think my note. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, I don't know why it's still getting people to text me. No. But anyways.
Were you a hard worker when you were at Buffalo, or were you just, like a middle of the pack guy?
Oh no, I was definitely a hard worker. It was crazy. Like, our trainers are bananas down there. Like, you had to work hard. There was no slacking anyway. Like, they wouldn't let you slack or be a slacker down there. Like, our trainers, Groney and Petrie. Well, Petrie was my first trainer when we first got down there. He had us doing like some military stuff, and he had guys quitting. What? Listen, he was nuts. Listen, he had guys quitting. We had freshman Fridays.
Yeah.
Freshman Friday, we had to be at the stadium 5 o'clock in the morning. to get ready to do a workout, that first in the morning we'll do 100 starbursts, 100 jumping jacks, 50 up
What's a
downs.
starburst?
To get to drop to the ground, jump up.
Oh, yeah.
This, we did like all this warm up stuff. I'll tell you one time. So we did all this warm up stuff for the track, and then he'll make you do wheelbarrows up the stadium steps.
Yep.
So your wheelbarrow all the way up the stadium steps, run down, get your partner on your back, go up the steps with your partner on your back. Then then come back down. We had 2 laps around the track with the what's the little barbell joint called? What's the name of that?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it either.
Yeah, so we had to do 2 laps with that around the track. Then we had tractor tires at the end where we had to get partners or groups of 4 and walk around the field on this tractor tire. I'm like, this man is nuts, G. Hey, dude's like, man, this ain't for me. I gotta go. Like, hey, dude's crying. I'm like, this is different. I'm like, this for football? Oh my goodness. But yeah, man. We had then at the end we always had like max out squats. I'm like, why we got max out? Hey, well, I tell you, listen, guys was quitting left and right.
What kept you in there? What kept you motivated to keep going?
I guess I wasn't no bitch. I don't know. I was tough, man. I had tough skin. Like, I always been tough. So, like, for me, it was really nothing. It just made me laugh to seeing guys, really punk out like that. You're supposed to be out here playing football. That's what you're here for. Like, it's going to get tough.
Dude, I was talking to a kid the other day, and yesterday actually, and he was asking me, can I help him do some stuff to get ready to go to college and try to get some looks. And so, yeah. And I said, man, there's only, during the season, you only get one good day a week, and that's game day.
Game day. Listen.
The spring is horrible. Like these kids that leave, like I had 2 that graduated early in December of last year. And then go to spring. One's at Alabama, he's a running back. Went to spring at Alabama, it's like that's tough. Right? Like you think spring ball is just showing up and practicing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You got them county fairs, you got them 5 o'clock mornings,
what?
You got all
them
those
county fairs. Don't even remind me. Oh my goodness. You'd be over there hoping the person about to go slow in front of you, like, oh my God. Ooh. Listen, hey, you be waiting for that whistle to blow. Rotate. You be looking for that easy one.
Dude, it's like such a grind. And I tell kids all the time, because I trained all the time, like, look, man, college football is not what you think it is. I'm like, you do so much to come out of that tunnel in that stadium. And
you really do.
You're gonna earn it. Yeah, you're gonna earn it. And it sounds like I'm glad I didn't have to do no tractor tires.
Listen. Hey, one time he had us get 35-pound plates, and we had to do Indian-style runs for it's like a mile and a half to this other stadium. So we had to do with it over our heads like this. 35-pound plate Indian-style, bro, run all the way to this other stadium. We got to this stadium. He had us doing push-ups, sit-ups. We was doing all kinds of like bear crawls. So guys are dead tired after this. He like, pick the plates up. We running back. Dude, hey, when I say this one of the days somebody quit. Dudes running with the plate on their head like this, crying like halfway there. I was like, oh, this dude is nuts.
We did this thing in the spring, like every week of the spring. It was on Wednesday. Every Wednesday, called Quick Feet. So it's kind of like county fair, but it was just like 6 stations, 5 minutes a station. So, you go with your group and you rotate stations. But every time you get a thumbs down, if you got 3 thumbs down, you start it over. So the whole time. So you're thinking 6 groups, 6. So 36 times you could get a thumbs down. You get 3. you are starting over. I don't care if it's the last one. And basically, coaches give thumbs down if, some guys aren't trying hard enough. Right? Oh, my group wasn't good enough. Thumbs down. Oh. So it's crazy, man. We did quick free, and it'd be like, those old school dots where you had to do the dots, and they tell you the jumping the dots, and then we had plyos, and we had different stuff. So it's all about improving your foot speed and different things. And we did it in the weight room. They cleared kind of pushed all the weights to the side, did it in the weight room. One day they told us, they said, look, we got thumbs down. After on the second one, we had 3 thumbs down, start over. After the first one, 3 thumbs down just on that one. He goes, you know what? If that's the way y'all going to be, go to the field. We go to the field. We jog back to the field. Man, we doing up, downs. Then we sprint 40. We did like 100 up, downs. Then we sprint like 50, 40s. Then we did up, downs, and then we sprint another 50, 40. There were dudes over there crying. And then, like for us, it was like that. You can't show weakness. You can't put your hands on your knees. He's like, lean on somebody. So I'm sitting there like this, hands on my hips, eyes closed, trying to get as much air as I can. You got people leaning on your shoulder, like dude crying on my shoulder.
Boy, it be hurting.
Dude, one of my homeboys, no lie, we go to the cafeteria. He walked in with a Bible in his hand. He walked around with a Bible.
Oh, Lord. That boy's not even gone.
For like a week straight, he walked around with a Bible in his hand. It was just like he came to Jesus that day. Like, Lord, I cannot do this without you.
He said, listen, I need the Bible. Oh, man, that is too funny.
Yeah, man, there's some hard days in college football, man, because they don't care if you leave. They got more backing you up.
They do. They're like the next man coming in.
Yeah. So
that's for sure.
So leaving Buffalo, your senior year goes, you planned it to go? Like, did you get your
for the
stats
most part,
and everything?
to the last game of the season.
What happened?
Yeah, that year we ended up going to the MAC championship. We ended up winning the MAC championship that year. So my senior year was awesome. That was like the first time in, I want to say, like, it was like 50 some years since they won again. So it was a big deal. And but my senior year, the last game of the season, I get a Liz Frank. I fractured my foot. So it ended up happening. I had like 2 guys on my back, but I was still running. But I guess the weight and the pressure, my foot buckled.
Yeah.
So I ended up missing. I didn't even get to play in the championship game.
So how was it mentally going through that? Like, everything's going to plan. You're winning games. You're putting up numbers. And then you get the foot injury.
For me, at first when it happened, I was like, oh, I'm going to come back. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to heal up fast. So I just had the mentality like I'm going to heal up fast no matter what. I'm going to just go to rehab, go to therapy, get my foot done, whatever I have to do. Ice it, train, whatever. That was all my whole mindset. So I didn't start thinking negative at all once I heard it. Like when I hurt my foot on the field, they thought I was playing because I was like laughing and stuff about it, like joking. They're like, nah, you ain't have like, nah, dog, it hurts. My foot I think it's broke. I think it's broke. And they're like, man, you playing because I'm a jokester. Yeah. So I'm like, nah, dude, I think this one broke. So I get that they took me off the field and took me to emergency right away, and they're like, yeah, you got like Liz Frank. It was basically fractured like the middle of my foot. So I was just trying to heal up as fast as possible, actually, and then I ended up playing a couple. Cause we ended up going to a bowl game, the international bowl game.
Yeah.
And we ended up playing in Canada, and in Toronto, at the Rogers Stadium.
The old turf.
So I was healing around that time, and I was feeling, my foot was feeling okay, but I still had pain. But they threw me in a couple plays just so, scouts and everything could see that I was coming back and that I was, healing for the most part.
Did you re-hurt it by playing?
Not really. So what happened was, after college, I got recruited and everything. My agent was like, "You're definitely not gonna get drafted because anything, it would look like I was gonna be like a late draft if I was gonna be drafted at the time."
Yeah.
So he was like, "You definitely gonna get picked up as a free agent." He's like, "Teams are gonna call, blah blah blah." And he was right, a bunch of teams called that was trying to acquire me, and I ended up choosing at the time going to mini camp with the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
So I ended up going out to mini camp with them, which was crazy because when I get there, the playbook was the same exact as our college playbook. Like the plays were basically the same exact thing. So I was like, "Oh, I know my position already. I've been there. I don't really got to study."
How was your foot then? Has you had healed? Has it healed, or were you still bothering you a little bit, a little uncomfortable?
It was still bothering me. Yeah, it was still bothering me uncomfortable. I wasn't about to complain. I was trying to, fight through a little bit of pain, whatever was going through.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm good. And then I want to say like 2 days or 3 days into camp, mini camp, my X-rays came back, and they was like, your foot is nowhere near healed. We got to send you home. I guess they're like, I don't know what you've been told has been clear, but your foot is like, they're like, if you continue to play, you'll probably ruin your career. So I got sent home from there. After that, I felt like my foot was all right, but it wasn't completely healed, I guess, for me, the way I was feeling.
Yeah.
Then the Vikings ended up calling me. They wanted to see me do a workout with another receiver. So I ended up heading out there like 2 weeks later after the Lions, maybe 3 weeks. They actually liked me over the other receiver. They said they wanted to keep me, but they need somebody that was 100% right. They need someone they know was 100%. They could tell at times I would wouldn't completely plant my foot sometimes, or I might favor here and there.
Yeah.
But I ran a good time and all that in the 40 wise with the messed up foot. But they was like, we could just tell you're still a little hurt, so we want someone we know is 100%. We have to throw you in, they'll be ready. So I got sent home after that. Then the Patriots called. Went on, did a workout with them. After that, talked a little bit. I think they seen the same thing, the foot thing issue. Like we could see, there was a bunch of things. So after that, I basically was done. I sat out for that whole season with no football just to let my foot heal. So after that happened, sat out with no football. Foot was starting to heal. Graduated from school and all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
And I ended up using my degree and got a job working at a place called Hillside, which was working with kids with behavior issues. So I was working there for a year, and I finally started getting in shape. My foot was feeling real good. So I'm about to get back in shape, and I actually started playing semi-pro. I jumped in a few semi-pro games.
Okay.
So my boy was like, "Hey man, I play semi-pro." I was like, "Hey, I jumped in some of the games when I just jumped in. I went into some of their practices. Probably played like maybe 2 or 3 games with them."
How'd you do?
I was like, I didn't want
to balling.
I did. What? Listen, it's like backyard football. I was hurt, dudes. I'm like, this ain't right.
It's too easy.
Hey, yeah, this ain't right. So I only played like 2 or 3 games with that, and then at the time I had my agent. He basically had no faith in me, like my foot after that. So I ended up leaving him. Ended up getting another. Actually, I didn't get an agent at the time. I just started talking to different guys, hitting them up because I felt healthy. I was like, "Hey, you guys know anything about arena football?" Just trying to get back into it.
Get into something.
I just need to get into something and then get my foot in the door. So that's when I started. Found out about the Erie, Pennsylvania team that you read earlier in the beginning.
So the Ultimate Football League. What is the Ultimate Indoor Football League? That'd be the UIFL.
It's just another arena. I played in the IFL, and then there was the Southern IFL League, Southern Indoor Football League. Yeah,
that's crazy.
So they're basically just smaller leagues of arena football.
Yeah. What do you think about arena football? I had a cousin that played arena football for 7 years, 8 years.
It's wild. I'm telling you that right now. Like, them balls are crazy. Like, them balls, I tell people, them balls win. After you hit that wall ain't going nowhere. So guys, if you get hit that wall, it's crazy.
And like you, I think you'd be really good arena because like you run with such a stride. Like he runs with a stride, and he returned kicks and stuff. And he played Tulsa, Boise, like Shreveport. Played for the Austin Wranglers team. Like when they went, they won the championship in Tulsa, and the head coach got the Austin Wranglers job when they brought him in. The new the Wranglers team there in Austin. So it was the first time Austin had a Arena One team, right? So then his head coach took him because he was the best player on his team there. So took him down, and yeah, man, he went to Buffalo too. He been in Buffalo too. So, but yeah, man. But you know that journey. But thing is, that arena game. I used to watch him play arena football all the time. So I used to go to his games all the time. He was in Shreveport. He played for Bossier City when I was in Arkansas. So I was only like an hour away. So I used to drive down there to watch him play and stuff and things like that and different things. So that arena game's different. But you have a stride. Like you didn't come out of the slot either, did you? Were you a slot?
No, actually.
You were the receiver, the single receiver? Or you were running back?
I was on the line. The coach I was on the line. I played receiver. Okay. I was on the line. The coach, he was telling me like, "Listen, you're so big. I don't even want your motion. You can walk off the line." He's like, "Just walk off and do what you want on the outside, and just find something to do." Like,
were you the single receiver, or were you the receiver mostly with the slot?
I was mostly with the slot. We used to flip, so I'd be back and forth honestly. So
yeah. That's cool, man.
But I never really went in motion, honestly.
Yeah.
When I was there, he was like, "You're just so big, I don't need you to." I was like, "All right, coach."
But you go from Erie to Chicago.
Yeah.
How'd you get to Chicago?
So basically, after the Erie season, I did a workout in Maryland for CFL. You know, CFL had their different workouts in different cities. So I drove out. So after I drove out to Maryland and did one for BC Lions.
Okay.
I did a camp out there for them. They was having a camp out in Maryland, and I actually did good, but it was pouring rain. When I say like pouring rain, but something happened. I don't know what happened. They didn't really get the looks that they were all looking for. So they was telling guys, come out to another camp, and they pulled me to the side, and they was like, "Listen, we like what you ran in the rain, especially in the rain. But if you run faster for you to come to another camp, you run faster for your time, we'll definitely give you a look, blah, blah, blah." You know all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. When y'all call me. And nothing really happened. And then I started calling guys asking about, different other arena leagues. And I found out about a team out in Chicago and the coach. I heard he played out for the Bears for a long time. So I figured it was a great spot to go and, get another opportunity. And I went out there. I didn't even play a full season there. So I want to say 2012. Yeah, it was 2012 at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe like I was leading the league in receiving touchdowns and receiving yards at one point, and I was like the fifth game or so. And I heard there's another BC Lions camp down in Texas. So me and two other guys, we chipped in, got a little rental, and we drove from Chicago all the way down to Texas just for the camp. Down there was in Temple, Texas. So we drove all the way down there.
Temple.
And so we drove. It was like 15 hours or something. We were just rotating. As soon as we got there, bro, we had to get on the field and start stretching to get ready for the tryout. I was like, "Hey, this bottle." So we over there getting McDonald's out of finished up McDonald's, about to hit the field, like trying to get a quick meal in. And we went out there, and actually Josh Bell was there at the time. And at the end, they pulled guys together who they want to see. And they had me and Josh Bell was back and forth. They had us going against each other. And then after the camp, we drove up. They signed one of my teammates at the time. They signed him down there.
Okay.
He was huge. Yeah, he was a monster. He was a beast. They signed him down there. And then when we got back up, I want to say that following week, I got a call from the BC Lions like, "Hey, can you come out tomorrow? Can we fly you out for camp?" Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm out in Chicago in the middle of a season. Like, I'm literally at practice. but I could make it. I figured a way to make it. So they're like, all right. I like, can you guys give me 2 days? And if you give me 2 days, I could definitely make it. They're like, hey, we give you 2 days, and I fly out of Rochester. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drive home. So I hung up the phone. I went up to my coach. I'm like, hey man, I gotta go. Beat the CFL calling. And my coach, he like, well, get the hell out of my damn face. Go do what you do.
Go do what you do. He already know. Hey, we don't want you here if you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, he said, get out of here. So I ended up packing my stuff up we had like a team house there at the time. Packed my stuff up middle of the night, got on the road that night, drove all the way, I think like 10 hours maybe. Yeah. Drove all the way home, packed my stuff up that following day, and then got my flight tickets from the team in the email and got on the flight and I was a day late for camp. So I came into camp, rookie camp. I missed a day of rookie camp. And that second day, I was in rookie camp, getting ready after playing like 5 games in the arena football.
Yeah, you had already been playing, so you was pretty good. You was already ready.
Oh, yeah, I was in shape, that's for sure.
Yeah. You know what? And this is one of the things I love about this podcast is, like, people think this shit's easy. People think you just show up one day.
Oh, no,
people think you just, like, one, for you to go the route you went, to jump in a car. Think about that. You and two other people pitch in and jump in a car to drive from Chicago to Texas for a workout camp.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Hour and 40-minute workout camp.
Yeah. And then you got to drive back to Chicago. You jump out of the car, you go onto the field, and you perform. There's no excuses. Because if there was excuses, you wouldn't have drove in the first place. Right?
Oh,
everybody don't have the same opportunity.
Go.
Right? Everybody don't have the same opportunity. I came out of a workout camp. I did a workout camp in was it I can't remember the name of it. It was in Texas. Colleyville. And there was like 150 people there. And, you know, one of the things is that I looked at John Jenkins and, you know, at the end of the camp, and I said, all I need is a one-way ticket. I'm not coming home. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
You know, and then the next week I did a workout camp for Montreal, and I don't think – Montreal was looking at just one dude. I don't think it really interested anybody else. But, you know, 2 weeks after the camp, I get that call 3 days before training camp, just like you, 3 days before rookie camp. Hey, can you get on this flight? Yeah. I went to my best friend's wedding, one of my best friend's weddings the next day. And then 2 days after that, I was on the flight to Calgary. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's a grind to get to where you want to get to. And I didn't even know that story about you, right? To jump in the car and to go down.
Feel like don't know.
Yeah. But, I mean, that just shows – you know, when I talk to these kids and I talk to these people, they think it's just all like, you know what, you're a great athlete. This is where you're supposed to be. You ended up where you – no, it's not always the straight line path. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? Like when you look back now and think about the grind to get to the CFL, before we even talk about CFL, but just the grind to get there, to go from Erie to Chicago, you know, do all those workouts with all those NFL teams, be liked and have the foot issues and everything. How do you feel about that grind that you went through to be able to still get to the CFL?
Actually, this is more self-motivation for myself, or like future reference for anything I want to do or pursue, or if there's any challenges in my life. I know there's going to be obstacles, and I can go above them. I can run through them, whatever comes my way, and it's not going to stop me. Yeah. So for me, when I look back at it, it just gives me more positive insight on myself and what I can do for myself pushing forward.
Yeah, that's so powerful, man. That's so powerful. You know what I'm saying? Just to know that, man, that's 100% respect. I always respect the hell out of you before this, but like, you know, just to know that grind that you go through, because you know what I'm saying? Like, how often do we all hang out together and talk to each other, but we don't know exactly how we got to where we were. You know what I'm saying? And for you, you know, showing up to BC, right? You You've been to Toronto. You've been to Niagara. Now you're on the far west coast.
Listen, I don't know where I was. I'm like, oh, it's like forever. Where we headed?
How was that showing up to BC, meeting Willy for the first time, and with that receiving core there with G. Roy and those guys? How was that?
Well, for me, wise, I ended up really seeing Kamloops.
Okay, yeah.
So like when I came in, I flew in there, but we got like directly we drove like right up the Kamloops area.
Yeah.
So when I first got up there, I'm like, because you just know it's nothing but mountains out there in Kamloops, and the view is beautiful. The field, I'm like, this is gorgeous. Like the scenery is just awesome. So I'm like, you out there playing in the field, you can see mountains in the background. So for me, I'm like, I love this already. I want to be BC like.
Yeah. What was it like with the team, though? You got to rookie camp. Was there any other rookie receivers that made the team that you seen in rookie camp?
So
I know you said Josh Bell was there, and I know Josh Bell, well, that was his rookie year, and he made the team.
I'm really trying to I was just so focused on trying to make the team and do me. I really can't even think of someone
Yeah.
I remember I remember all the older guys when I first come because that's what I was trying to watch and learn from them. So it was G. Roy, it was Ernest Jackson, it was Nick Moore was there, Arlen Bruce was there, who else was there that was older than me? It was a whole bunch of guys. I'm like, it was just a bunch of veteran guys who've been there who did the game and were great at the game. So I was just sitting there watching those guys and trying to learn from them each day.
Yeah. I forgot AB was there. Dude, I used to love his game. He was so electrifying.
Reps and touches. Listen.
Yeah.
Hey, reps and touches.
You got any stories about G. Roy?
From
training camp?
Not really, no.
Or anytime?
From training camp?
Or just anytime. Just being around G.
Just G. Oh, yeah, G. Roy, he cool as a fan, man. He's just a real cool cat. He been through the game. He been there already, and I just love watching him play, especially in practice. I just love to watch G. Roy because he just come off the ball so smooth, like this man, like a ballerina dancer on the floor. He just comes off.
See them shoulders moving?
Yeah, it's what just breaks somebody off. Like, man, this man every time.
Yeah. One of the biggest things for me is I always like to see how guys prepare, right? So when guys would come in the locker room from teams that we'd never been teammates before, or when I went to Montreal, just see how different guys prepared. I always thought that was really cool because I always had my way of preparing, and I never wanted to think about the game on game day until the game started, right? I was always on, what we doing after the game, whatever is going on in life, but once the game started, we in the game. But I always enjoyed that. And, being in the locker room with Arlen Bruce and G. Roy, Nick Moore, what is the most you took away from those guys?
I would say the most I took from them guys is learning to set your route up and learning to play the field itself because there's so much space and learning to play in them open spaces.
Yeah. 2012 you were there. 2013 you were there. 2014 you had your breakout year. Put up over 800 yards. 2014. What changed in that third year? Just more opportunity, or just start to get comfortable with the game?
Yeah, that's basically. It was basically more opportunity because my second year I really only played maybe 2 games because I was injured.
Yeah.
And
at one game, one game injured.
Yeah. Hey, you injured, hey. So it was just more opportunity wise because I really didn't get much. I played more at the end of my first year as a rookie.
Yeah.
I got to play near the end of the season. I got in a few touches. They tossing me a little end around and stuff. So I started to get in. My first touchdown was actually off a pitch, a little toss. in
Yeah.
the CFL.
The running back days, man, came back to you.
And listen, real quick, I love some running back. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And but yeah, so it's just more getting more opportunity to having a chance.
Yeah. So you go out in 2014, you have your best year to date, and then you're a free agent. Why Ottawa?
Mm-hmm.
Why Ottawa? Ottawa just went what one and 17 or 2 and 16, going into their second year as a back, and yeah, a lot of guys came in that year. You know,
Yeah,
Jelly and Sanab and Chris Williams. What made you choose Ottawa?
Greg.
Yeah, that's why I said Jelly, man. I call him Jelly.
Yeah.
Can I call him Jelly?
Jelly. I call him
Jelly.
Johnny Bravo. That's Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, that's Johnny Bravo right there.
I like calling him Jelly. You know, he just like Jelly out there. Even that head fake he got is like Jelly. It's like it come back. Cause he take everything with it. It come back. But yeah, but everything kind of came together, man. Hank going into his second year, and what made you pick Ottawa over everybody else, or going back to BC?
When it came down to it, it's more of Ottawa. Definitely like a lot of opportunity was there because the league is old. Guys been around, so I feel like guys are gonna have their spot and they're gonna work for it still and they're gonna earn it. But still, it's just more of a fresh team, and it was more like, hey, we're gonna go out there. And I was just watching Hank those years before throwing that ball. He was just launching that thing. I'm like, oh, this guy is gonna get that rock out there. And there's definitely opportunity. I've seen the guys they're trying to bring in and what they were trying to build. So I was like, this is a great opportunity to go out to Ottawa.
Was it hard learning how to catch the ball from Hank at first? So I've seen a lot of guys come to Calgary that could not catch Hank's passes. Like the first week, they dropped a lot of balls. And it was just like they had to get used to Hank throwing it so hard. Did you have a hard time catching the ball at first?
On that thing. Not really. I kind of liked the way he threw it because it kind of got up on you quick. Yeah. I feel like I got an eye stigma or something. I don't know.
He's like an eye stigma.
Yeah, I gotta listen.
Because I remember, like, even in Calgary, I played with Hank from 2005 through 2011 in Calgary, right? So, been around Hank for a long time. One of my proudest moments of Hank was 2016, which we'll get to, but winning that Grey Cup. In 2015, y'all go to the Grey Cup and lose to Edmonton. Just what was that experience like? You've been one of the guys out there. You'd been in BC. You had seen those guys work. But now to go to Ottawa, second year as a pro team back in Ottawa, and y'all accomplished the opportunity to go back to the Grey Cup. What was that like?
Oh, it was crazy. It was incredible. You talking about the second year or that first year?
First year.
More of the
first year when y'all
first
played
year.
Edmonton.
It was still incredible for me, like just get to the championship and then to see the work in, to see all those new guys that come in and learn the playbook, and we bonded and gel so well, and to come out and make it that far with odds against us too. Something we didn't think we was gonna make it at times, and to turn around and do that was just incredible.
Yeah. I thought it was just to go from 1 and 17 or 2 and 16. I don't remember what the record was in 14. They were first year back.
It was something crazy that first year. Yeah.
Then to go to the Grey Cup the next year. Right. That's an amazing accomplishment. So like you got some rattlesnakes back there.
You hit them.
Yeah. But that's just like an amazing accomplishment to be a part of something that's new and fresh, and then to go in, like, what were your expectations going in? Like, was it a winning season? Was it just to get them to turn around and do better? I mean, I don't think you can ever be 1 and 17 or 2 and 16 and think our goal is to go to the Grey Cup. I mean, everybody can say our goal is to go to the Grey Cup, but everybody knows their goal is not to go to the damn Grey Cup. They say it because it's supposed to be said, right? What was your mindset?
Yes.
what was it going in?
My mindset, I didn't know where we was gonna be, but I felt like we were gonna have a winning squad just because
Yeah.
of the guys I seen they were bringing in, and I knew watching guys background, like seeing them bring in Chris Williams,
Yeah.
Mo Price, Greg was coming in there. He was a young guy coming there from Hamilton Beeston as well. So it's like just seeing all these different guys they're bringing in, and Brad, and
Yeah.
especially him being going from quarterback to receiver, which is bananas. Watching him do that.
Yeah.
So it was just like those different guys, and we know we had a veteran quarterback that knew the game. He'd been through it all. He's seen it all. So to me, it was like I knew he had opportunity to do well and get some wins at least. I didn't know how far we was gonna go with it, but I knew we was gonna definitely have some wins for sure on our belt.
Yeah. Sanapa's always been one of my favorites. Such a great dude. And, you know, I was on the bandwagon of, I'm telling Dave every week, like, hey, man, he needs to play receiver. He needs to play receiver. They finally moved him over. But that's awesome. And then when you lose the Grey Cup game, like instantly was it like, okay, we got here now, we can go win it next year?
Not for me wise. It was more like I was hurt. I was like, damn, like, oh, like it's probably a video of me walking off the field looking sad as hell. Like, I was hurt. It's just, come that far, because you work so hard and you have the opportunity and you feel it and everybody want to win. Like, at the end of the day, that's what you're here for. You're here for that
when you
championship.
show up, you think you can win.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they do. And we started off well. We scored, ran down the field. Everything was looking good. So, and Edmonton came out, turned around and end on us. But
I thought one of the biggest plays was that second drive. Y'all go to that 4x1 set into the boundary, that 14 set where you have 4 receivers in the boundary and Chris Williams by himself, 2 yards outside the hash.
Yeah.
And I think it's I don't know for sure, but I think it's a read call where he runs up. He's going to run an out route or a go route. And I think Hank missed him on a go route for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, he was gone. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I know you're talking about which play.
I think if he scored there, I think the game is different.
Oh, it's
because you started off great.
Started
off great, got the first score in that second drive. Because every time I seen it, I was like, you know what? This is so incredible. Because you're taking away you can't help the cornerback out there. He's got to play football. Right?
Yeah.
And Chris has got so much speed, he gets up on the DB so fast. And if DB bails out, he's running the out route. He's catching the ball at the numbers with Hank's arm strength.
Oh, yeah. It's
break one tackle, you got to
run. It's no time for him to run. Yes.
That's it. So incredible. But then, you come back 2016. What's the mindset going into 2016? That's your best year, over 1,200 yards receiving. Matter of fact, 2015, you had your first 1,000-yard season as little man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go play basketball.
He let you know he playing that basketball. He said, I'm a Texas. I'm playing basketball.
Yeah, he ready. I always talk about the football pops.
But 2015 you had your first 1,000-yard year. 2016 you go over 1,200 yards, get double digits in touchdowns. Talk to me about that experience.
Oh, it was great. Like, it was finally like a point where I was really learning the CFL game and being able to read stuff and seeing this whole. So it was like I got real relaxed and able to just play my game and just play football. So it was a great opportunity. It was a great year, and I loved it. I enjoyed the guys I was playing with. All my teammates were great. Everyone was team player. Everyone was selfless. We all wanted to see each other win. So it was just a great opportunity to be around those guys. Even our O-line, I loved everyone from the O-line to D-line. I think that's what made us such a great team. Everyone was just bonded so well, and we made sure we gelled on and off the field as well.
Did the Hank and Trevor thing bother anybody? Because Hank had the injury, Trevor came in, Hank came back early. I think he had the broken pinky or whatever, but then he comes back early, and I know the rumblings about the Hank and Trevor, who's going to start and everything. Did that affect anybody, or was the locker room just like, you know what, receivers, like whoever suits up, we're playing?
Yeah, it's more like whoever suits up is playing, because those two together, they empowered each other so much. Like, you just knew, like, no matter who was in, they was gonna motivate each other. Like, there was never no hard feelings. You never see no guy jealous of one guy playing or the other one, and they always just pushing each other to be their best player, and it rubbed off on us. So, like, if Trevor was in, we was ready. If Hank was in, we was ready. So it really didn't matter.
Yeah. Talk about the experience of just having your best year and then finishing off with that Grey Cup win against Calgary. I mean, everybody counted you out, man. I don't
Oh,
think anybody thought that you could win that game. I damn sure didn't.
oh yeah, a lot of people just counted us out on that game. Honestly, we went in that game thinking we had so much confidence. We were so pumped for that game, and we knew, and it was our second round, so we was ready. We weren't ready. We came in there, everybody knew it was game time. We couldn't bullshit, and we came in there focused. And
Hank's
it
knee,
was definitely seen throughout the game.
yeah, Hank's knee locks up
Oh,
in pregame.
before the game. Oh
Did
my goodness,
anybody know
pregame.
that?
So
Did
we're out
anybody
there.
know that? Like when Hank's knee locked up, like did anybody know what was going on, or did the coaches just kind of say, you know
Uh,
what, he's going to be okay, or
no one really kind of knew. They wasn't sure if he was gonna be up. Everyone was kind of iffy. Like, is Trevor gonna be up? Is Hank coming back? Uh, he went off during that pregame. So we were like, oh, what's going on? Is knee all right? So Trevor's warming up. So we had no idea what was gonna happen, honestly, until the game came around. He was talking about, oh, be ready. So
yeah, man, we got a long pass, but man, I would say Hank played a phenomenal game in that Grey Cup. I thought he played
yes.
really well. I thought he managed the game really well, made some great throws. One of the last throws, you get the game-winning touchdown. Talk us through that play,
Mm-hmm.
man. You getting that game-winning touchdown. You bobbled a little bit, but you came down with it. What was the play? Do you remember what the play call was, and do you remember what the concept was? And
It's more like a looky concept.
okay,
So it's more of a read.
yeah,
So basically, one guy's gonna kind of clear it out. He's gonna run out, and I'm basically running a lazy slant, an open field slant, basically. And
trying to
once
pull
I
the
seen the
trying to pull the linebacker down closest with the running back, right?
yep, yeah, with
And
the running back
then
read, he'll pull him with a
yeah,
read route.
you got a guy taking out the
And
safety, and you're
once
just playing behind it. Yeah,
yep, and once I seen both guys, the DB back off and the high safety back off, I knew in my head, I'm like, oh, this is a touchdown. So I was thinking touchdown before anything. That's how I bobbled the ball. I was looking for the end zone before I even caught the ball. Because I was like, this is definitely a touchdown. I could tell that the way I was reading the defense, I'm like, oh, this is touchdown. It's coming to me. So I was looking ahead for the end zone before I even had the ball. So when it first hit my hands, I'm looking for the end zone, like, oh my God, I do not have the ball. And then that's when I tapped it, and I almost threw it, and I caught it like on the back of my helmet. And I just pulled it in. Once I snagged it, I felt the ball, and I pulled it in, dove all the way into the end zone. I actually thought Bell was going to smack me.
yeah.
But I believe he must have slipped or something. I don't know. Because
That'd
that's the
be
only thing. That's the first I could see in my vision when I was bobbling it.
had to be a good vision. I mean, not a good vision, but a good moment to get that touchdown and to
Yeah.
know when that game was over and it was official. What's the thought process?
It was just overwhelming, kind of like more of a feeling of like, this is what you thrive for as a child. Like, you work so hard for this. Like, this is the moment you've been, grinding for, you've been pushing for. Even in high school, you want to win a championship. But to be a pro and then go through everything that I went through, the struggle, grinding, driving, and it was overwhelming for a bit. And I took it all in and soaked it all in, and then I just went screaming and yelling with my boys and, hugging family members and everybody on the field. So it was an incredible moment, especially for me personally.
Yeah, I always say that championships are validation. It validates the struggle you went through. That says it was worth going through that struggle to get to that day. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what you felt. Right? When
Oh, yes.
people win their first year, and they're like, man, this is easy, and they don't really feel it because they haven't really been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? You haven't went through a lot of the struggles.
Yeah.
But, some people go through so much struggles, man, and you definitely went through your struggles. And I guess you wasn't through struggling, like you wanted to struggle some more. So you leave Ottawa and you come join up with me and the gang over in Montreal.
The gang.
Which I still think is one of the best locker rooms I've ever been in.
Yes, I love that locker room. We had a great time. Oh my God. When I say laugh all day, we guys just laugh, man. Took my stomach.
What brought you to Montreal? What made you think, okay, it's time to leave Ottawa now?
Cause at the moment we was trying to negotiate things, and I just wanted something simple. They didn't want to meet at the table where we were, and then they were just bumping heads with a lot of different guys, and then as you see at the time, a bunch of guys left.
Yeah.
So like really guys weren't getting. I really was trying to stay there and keep that bond, but at the end of the day, if you can't respect what I had to offer or whatnot, I could find somewhere else to go.
Yeah.
So when it came down to that, and then been speaking to different teams, and I wanted to stay East Coast for sure. So family members could come see me and enjoy it. And I realized Montreal had a great group of guys up there. Had an opportunity to do some things, and I know they're bringing guys in. They're bringing Durant in. So it was a perfect position for me to just go. It'd have been another hour ride for my family as well to come see me. So I ended up coming out to Montreal.
When they put you at receiver, I'm back on the ball. Like, what was that like for you? What'd you think?
Oh, it kind of threw me off at first because, you train all off season for something else. Like, I'm training for my position thinking I was going to be off the ball for the most part. So coming in, it kind of threw me off. But you do both training. I just took it in and whatever I had to get done, whatever had to get done.
I told them, I said, the way we should do this is put BJ on the line, keep SJ over there beside BJ, have you play the inside receiver to the field with Sam Jaguar out wide. And when I would come in as the fifth receiver, put you in the middle between me and Sam.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going to be best. Because I thought with your size besides me, and I thought me and you could have worked really well together. Because both of us could go back across the middle. Like if you run a go route and I run an out route, it's gonna be wide. I'm gonna be wide open. So I feel like me and you could have worked well together. But then when they traded SJ, which I hated, and I told them not to do it. But when they traded SJ, and I still assumed BJ was going to go on the line and you were going to be in the slot to the boundary. How was that, just the whole situation for you? You show up to Montreal, you come off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. You just had your best season as a pro, double-digit touchdowns, over 1,200 yards receiving. And then you come into Montreal. How was the experience for you?
Mentally, it kind of threw me off. I was like, what's really going on? But at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be an athlete and I'm going to get the job done regardless. So I took it how it was. I'm not going to complain or have any issues with it. But it kind of definitely threw me off for sure.
It threw everybody off, man. You're a good guy. You're not gonna say much, but it pissed me off because I honestly, when I look at my time in Montreal, I see such talent. I mean, I've won with so much less talent than we had in Montreal those 3 years I was there and the 1 year that we were there together. Right? I can't go back and think of teams that were just more talented than the 2015, 16, 17 Montreal teams. And that's offense and defense, right? And it just put it together. You talk about gelling as a team and putting it together. It just didn't come together. And there's a lot of factors in that. But yeah, what can you do?
Exactly.
But I'm glad I got to suit up with my boy, man. And it was a great honor. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought you were such a talented wide receiver because you could do so much. I thought you were a hell of a player, hell of a teammate. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was awesome. It was awesome getting to suit up with you. And it's even better now to get to hear your journey.
I love playing with you too, G.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun.
Listen, I enjoyed every moment of it. From the locker room to on the field to on the field to
New City Gas.
Golf club ride to New City Gas, whatever it takes. We had good times.
Yeah, we had a bunch of good times, man. Like I always say, our motto in the locker room in Montreal is undefeated in the locker room because there's a lot of teams would have folded. We never folded.
No. Guys have been fighting fighting each other over stupid stuff. We stuck together regardless of what was going on.
That's it.
That's for sure.
Anything that you would tell some young men, women, you know, that's going through COVID and changing directions in their life or going through some struggles of just how you overcame and how, like, what you did to overcome the broken foot your senior year right before everything happened and just overcoming the situations and the obstacles and just believing in yourself to do what you needed to do. Anything that you can share with the young men and women that's listening right now, or even anyone that's listening right now, on how to overcome obstacles in their life?
I feel like when it comes to obstacles in your life, you have to have a positive mindset. It comes down to your mind. You know, they say the mind is the most powerful thing. So, and I really truly believe that. And it comes down, you know, laws of attraction. You want to have that positive mindset. You want to bring those things around you. Like, you think negative, you're just gonna bring negativity around you. Like, you're just gonna have that down feeling. You talk about negative, so you just start to feel down regardless. You can talk about something positive, you automatically your energy builds up. You feel stronger. Like, so you always got to have that positive mindset, regardless of what you're going through. You have to realize there's more to it. You have to learn from your mistakes and grow.
Yeah. How can people see your drawings, man? Do you have any drawings online? Are you putting anything online? Are you going to start selling anything online? Or
I can give you a quick glance of Logan's thing. I don't
know
if he cares.
Or anything, man. Like, or just how people can get a hold of you. If somebody wants something done, how can they get a hold of you to get it done?
Oh, they done locked me outside. They can probably, if they want something, they can catch me on my Instagram, if anything, and just DM me, and we can figure something out.
What's your Instagram?
Which is who_but_him, or you can just write who but him all together, and it'll probably show up.
Who_but_him on Instagram. Do you have Twitter?
Yes. I do have Twitter, but I don't use it too much.
Okay.
I can't even tell you my Twitter name.
He's locked out there with the rattlesnake.
Yeah, listen, it's dark.
It's
I'm getting nervous in the backyard.
Hey, what's that?
My son done locked me out.
What's that, Bear Grylls?
All you see
out of water.
Teeth. Oh my goodness.
He said, I'm running out of water. Had house in 3 days.
Can somebody open the door?
So now we have, if you're watching the YouTube version of this, you will see Ernest Jackson trying to get in his house. Hey, let me see that moon behind you. It looks like, is it a full moon? Is it a 3/4 moon?
What moon?
Like I seen the moon when you stepped out. No, when you stepped out.
Right
there you go.
That is the moon right there.
Yeah, that is the moon. I seen that.
You might have seen this.
No. I seen the moon when you stepped out when you was heading up top.
Okay. All right. You got it.
Hey, man,
anybody gonna let me in? Hey man, I'm about to just sit in my hot tub and call it a day, dude.
Man, it's too hot to sit in the hot tub.
Not right now. It's kind of cool. It's getting dark.
EJ locked out of the house.
Oh my goodness.
So it looks like we're not going to see the picture.
Well, it's
hopefully EJ
right
gets in the house tonight.
Somebody want to let me in?
Only on the Lulu Logic podcast can somebody get locked out in their own backyard. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming
man, what
on.
is dude?
I appreciate you coming on.
No problem, bro.
Hey, if you
Appreciate it.
want, he's
I'll
an
have to catch you
awesome.
another time.
Hey, put some drawings. You put drawings on your Instagram?
Only on my. I haven't put anything lately. But I can
Okay.
put some
Well, if
on
you want
there.
to check it out, go to EJ's Instagram, who_but_him on Instagram. Check out his drawings. Keep up to date with EJ. And yeah, if you need something done, he can definitely do it. And we out.